Good afternoon again. Gathoni, welcome. Yeah, to hearing. You can holding the Bible.
Kadri Gathoni na hapa kwamba maneno yote nitakayosema mbele ya kamati hii kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu zaidi.
Okay, we will introduce ourselves and start with myself. My name is Awili Sopuka. I am an MCA representing Malama South people. I am the chairman of this committee, PSA.
I'm Mteshi Silvia, the vice chair of the committee.
Mr. Marvin Odero, advocate presenting the petition.
Dennis Mohanda, petitioner.
Catherine Owenu, chair of the county officers board.
Dr. Onetiano on the board.
Stanley Were, boardman.
Joel Mkoko, member of the board.
CP John Ambrose Onyema Subari, vice chair.
Councils.
My name is Wanjala Kwani, council for the board.
I'm Calestas Chipoka, representing the respondents. As well, we have Prudence Nanjala, veteran, APP as our law firm.
Your name is introduce yourself.
This is Catherine Mchina, the secretary of Kakamega County Government.
Thank you very much, Alex and Glenn. Let us go to the matter. We would like to be directed by the Honorable Kakamega. Kakamega, proceed.
Maybe, Mr. Chair, before we proceed, just for the purpose of the visit at the premises, there is one board member who is not present, that is the civilian. Otunga, she has had a personal issue to attend to the county, and that is why she is not with us today. That's all. And probably as Honorable Otunga shall be issuing directives and directions, we would wish Honorable Chair to clarify whether the witness before us is a witness for the committee, a witness for the petitioner, or a witness for the respondents. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Shifoka.
for standing in for one of your clients who is not present. Before we proceed, we've been requested to clarify on an issue as to whether the person before us she's a witness for the petitioner or for the respondent or a witness for the committee. The ultimate answer is that she's not a witness for the petitioner because it is not the petitioner who has called her to support their case. She is neither a witness for the respondents because she has not come here at the instant of the respondents. However, she appears before this committee as earlier communicated pursuant to the provisions of Article 195(1) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. We, as the Committee on Public Service and Administration of the County Assembly of Kakamega, we have been granted powers by the provisions of that article to summon anyone in the course of these proceedings to appear before us for purposes of providing information or giving evidence. Consequently, we shall, pursuant to Article 195(2) to require her, of which she has already done, to first of all take oath and then provide the information we shall be requiring from her. That is the position of the witness that is before the committee council. And on that basis, we therefore want to proceed. Madam Catherine, this committee sanctioned that you appear before us for purposes of giving information and clarifying on some issues, specific issues, so that when we retire as a committee, we are best placed from whatever information we have to get from you to decide for either side based on the information you have given us, so that our position can be the best and for justice to be seen to have been done. So when we require you to appear before us, we requested you to appear before us, the committee wanted clarification on two specific issues. You are repeatedly mentioned during the proceedings of that we are carrying out, and the committee, in its deliberations, among the issues that were raised, it picked out two that we require your further input. One of the issues, and I wish you to note down, is that it is against the law that it is said you were in service at one time for the Nakuru County, and then you went into employment again with Kakamega County. We wish to know if that is the true position, that we were in true employments by two county governments, and also the transfer of your service, if at all it were, from Nakuru County to Kakamega County. Number two, a board has its own life. It carries on its own business. However, there reached a time in the course of the proceedings, the committee noted that you failed to convene board meetings, and the chair, the vice chair, and the members of that board, which you sit in as a secretary, they are the people who are the respondents in this matter. But you failed to convene meetings as and when they required. I want you to clarify on those issues to this committee of public service and administration. Kindly proceed with the first, and then you go to the second. Please proceed.
Honorable Chair, I wish to respond. It is a fact that I worked with the Nakuru County for over 30 years. And my coming here, when I was coming here, in fact, if I may say so, it was one of the considerations, having experience from government, and more so from even the Nakuru County Public Service Board, where I used to work. However, I want to state clearly that it is false that I was on two payrolls. This is a matter that went to the Public Service Commission. I have the evidence that I sent to the Public Service Commission. I have the response that they gave, returning me back to office, which was even done twice. So I was regularly employed procedurally, and I'm in Kakamega as per the right way. I am here on secondment. Secondment is given for a period of 6 years, but it is given 3 years, renewable once. So this is a matter that was already addressed by the Public Service Commission, and it is the reason why I was returned back to Kakamega, because I felt aggrieved with what transpired, and I sought redress. Then on the issue of the board meetings, there was an earlier petition that was running in this county assembly, and during that petition, I sought. Chair, remember I had been out for 13 months. I had just gotten back, so I needed to seek clarification whether we should continue to hold the board meetings or not. So I wrote a letter to the county secretary, and I got a response in writing thereof, stating that it should not continue until the matters were finalized. I have the evidence with me here. Thank you.
When did you stop convening
The meeting stopped when the chair and board members were called to the assembly. When the sittings, when they got the summons and then the proceedings started, that is when we stopped until when the issue was resolved and we proceeded again to vote.
On the first issue, on the first issue of employment between Kakamega, by any chance, you might have earned the salaries for the two counties?
Honorable Chair, it is impossible. The national government uses something called IPPP. It is as unique as it is to the ID number. You cannot add two payrolls in Kenya. You cannot. And you cannot enter IPPP twice unless you do so in different names. My names are still the same. What I used in Nakuru is what I used to.
Do you have any documentation in terms of secondment? Secondment from Nakuru County?
Chair, I have everything here. What I sent to the Public Service Commission, and they are responded. All their responses.
That's another question.
Sorry?
Do you have any secondment letter that you referred to? The secondment letter to the Kakamega
Today here, or do I have it in person?
today?
I did not bring it, I can have it.
Okay.
Yeah, if it is needed, I can have it. But the write-up is all here, and exactly what happened before I was stopped, it's all here.
Let's now go to the issue of the Public Service Commission because we have a lot of substantial data with it. You are saying it is the county secretary who told you not to, who instructed you not to convene meetings. That's what you say?
I wrote to the county secretary for legal advice to give me guidance, informing me that there was a petition at the assembly, and I needed guidance, and I got a response.
What was the basis for you to get directions? What informed you to write to the county secretary so that you can get their directions?
Now, like I said, I have just spent 13 months outside. There is another petition at the assembly, which was in the public domain. I had even indicated that I had received.
That is what he said. However, I'm asking, the board is an independent body, but you are saying you wrote to the county secretary.
Yes.
Why did you write to the county secretary to give instructions for the board whether the board can continue sitting or not?
I had to write for guidance because here I am. There are 5 seats. We are 7 of us. 6 of them are not there. Where else can I seek guidance? Where else would I seek guidance?
Does the county secretary control the board? Any explanation?
What I know is that the board operates interdependently with the county secretary, with the county executive.
Yes.
Because there are issues that we cannot proceed. For instance, even recruitment alone, unless we get a write-up from the county executive, we cannot proceed with that. So we work interdependently, we work with them, jointly with them. That's what I know.
Okay. So, thank you. And we require, you said you wrote to the county secretary, you have the correspondence. Please, which correspondence do you have?
I have the letter to the county secretary requesting for advice, legal advice, and informing him what I should do, and I have the response.
We can have contract. What was the advice of the secretary? What was the advice of the county secretary?
Have a look at it, please. I have only brought one copy
Now, these are your letters.
to read exactly what it says.
It's okay, you already told her the county secretary advised not to continue holding board meetings. The committee shall retain the two letters. Yours is dated 21st March 2023. The response March 2023. That is all the committee required from you. The Barbara Commissioner, you could kindly assist her. Yes.
We request that the committee permits both parties, that is the petitioner and the respondent, if they so wish, ask questions that the issues raised in the committee on the commissioners. I believe that is not to ask. Thank you. So sorry, Honorable Chair, unless of course the petitioner is disinterested in finding out anything else.
The council we have consulted and the committee somewhat witness to appear before this committee to clarify on some issues, to be specific, 2 issues. And the committee has done that. And the respective parties have noted her responses on those specific 2 issues. As earlier noted, this is neither of the parties a witness. It is the committee that called her upon so that we can get the information required for the benefit of the committee. And it was the committee's unanimous decision that now that these proceedings are by law supposed to be conducted in public, that is why we requested her to appear during the conduct of these proceedings and in public, and whatever information the committee wanted, it is the committee. She came here at the extent of the committee, and we have now gotten the clarification we wanted, and both parties, we hopefully they have noted the answers she has given to the 2 issues the committee wanted clarification council So we are not subjecting the witness to any cross-examination. It is the committee which wanted clarification on a few issues so that the same can assist the committee and the same has been present for all the parties and in public.
Honorable Chair, I'm stunned by the ruling and the direction of the committee. Honorable Chair, with all due respect, my colleague Honorable Emily, truly realizes and appreciates that the right to cross-examine is a constitutional right, and each party is entitled to that opportunity to play that role. I want to believe that this committee is not a party to these proceedings. It has no claim in these proceedings. It has nothing to hide if its own witness were to be cross-examined by any of the parties. We want to believe that it is in the fairness of this, the interest of this committee and the parties, that its own witness, out of the information it has given, she has given the committee, the parties have an opportunity to interrogate the veracity of that information. Because where we sit, we have contract instructions, which the committee does not want to listen to. If the committee were determined and resolved and taken a position that none of the parties here were to cross-examine or ask any question in further inquiry, there would not have been any purpose for the committee to have us waste our time here and wait for this witness. You would have sent a letter to her and asked her to provide for those documents with a copy to us. You made us sit from here from 11:30 up to this moment. It is now 3:15. Then you will tell us we cannot ask a single question or two questions to the witness. Is that even prudent? Is it reasonable? Is it fair? Is it procedural? Is it legal? Unless you remain resolute on your earlier commitment that the witness is coming to clear her name before the committee.
So, Council, we have noted your sentiments as earlier stated. It is true, as you have said, and we have earlier communicated, that this is neither of the parties' witness. Were the committee not calling the witness to appear before it, neither of you would have had an opportunity to cross-examine her. But for the purposes of the committee's benefit, it is the committee that sanctioned her appearance with the committee, and the committee has gotten the clarification it wanted from the witness. On the issue of council and parties being before us, and if at all it wasn't necessary for them to be part of these proceedings when we are taking the clarifications we wanted from the witness before us, we have pronounced that this is a public matter being conducted publicly, and it is prudent that parties would listen, sit and listen to what the witness would be clarifying to the committee. We have made our directions in council, lead council for the respondents on that. The witness has clarified to the committee what the committee needed from her for purposes of its decision making.
Honorable Chair,
And therefore,
you said the
please, council sit down, council sit down.
We pray.
Council sit down.
We understand.
Council sit down. Council sit down. It is okay. Sit down. Council sit down. Council sit down. Sit down, council.
We understand.
Please sit down. You are not talking unless you are not moving.
Let us move on to something.
Yes, please.
You don't have to continue.
That's why, council, and we will not allow that arrogancy of saying we are wasting time. That is a sense of arrogance, and we shall not allow that. We are not going to allow that. We are not wasting time, and therefore we are done with it. Council.
Thank you, Chair. I have an application to make.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Chair. We are glad at the level at which the committee deliberately has protected the witness who just went out on sensitive issues, which are incorrect as best before you. We kindly request that a copy of those directives or directions be supplied to us before the end of the day. That is the directives on non-cross-examination of this particular witness of the committee. We also pray that the pending directions which were issued on 4th, directions on time, allocation of time, we also pray that it will be supplied. They are still pending. Thank you.
As I communicated, you shall receive those directions, and the directions we have just given. Otherwise, council, we note that in as much as you may be dissatisfied with the directions of the committee, it is not prudent for you to point out to the eyes of the committee that we have made insensitive directions, and that is coming from the back. Council, that is not correct to you, and please, Council Chief.
Honorable Chair, I did not mention any insensitivity in my remarks. Did I?
Unless you forgot to mention the word insensitive. Yes, you mentioned the word insensitive. So thank you. Just have a seat so that we can
Secondly, we also wish to have a reference to any standing order that
Council will have referred to the articles of the Constitution. Does that article, after it clearly states that after we call the witness for purposes of giving information, does it state that the witness shall be subjected to any form of cross-examination?
does the article prohibit cross-examination? Does it state that such witness shall not be subjected to further interrogation or cross-examination by any of the parties? Does it explicitly say so?
We have given the provisions of article.
Does any of those provisions of the Constitution expressly or impliedly state that such witness called by the Assembly shall not be subject to cross-examination?
That issue is well settled. We have given our directions on it.
Most obliged and respectfully so.
Thank you. We have now come to the close of the proceedings with this petition. When we are beginning the handling of this petition, we indicated the same is time bound, and therefore we are requesting the respective parties, if they so wish, from this afternoon up to tomorrow, close of business tomorrow, to be specific, 6 p.m., if they so wish to to file written submissions and file the same with the Kakamega Assembly email address, which will be supplied to you shortly by our secretariat. It is Kakamega County Assembly at gmail.com. Kakamega County Assembly at gmail.com. The secretariat is also supplying you with the same email address. So the submissions are to reach the email address by Friday, close of business Friday, 8 December 2023. To be specific, 6 p.m. so that the committee shall retreat the same evening for purposes of report writing. I therefore wish to thank the chair, the vice chair, my colleagues, the secretariat, council who have represented the parties themselves, the members of the fourth estate, and all those who are members of the public who have found time to be to have a look at the proceedings that have just been concluded. And we, as a committee, shall retire and make a report which shall be communicated to the parties after the adoption by the County Assembly of Kakamega. I wish to thank everyone, and I take this gracious opportunity to welcome the chair so that he can lead the other honorable members to give their last comment in a minute, and then also grant the respective councils to give their final word. Thank you. Karibu Chair.
Thank you very much, Bologna. As we conclude, I'd like actually to give each and every member a minute, just 1 minute, to air out whatever you actually have. And let us start with my left.
Thank you, Chair. I will be short. I just want to pray that the two parties just in case of anything, as the chair, as Honorable has said, we'll be going tomorrow to do the writing, but in case of anything, we will still sit as a committee and deliberate on it. But observation of the committee, we are going to be sober. We'll see the way you've interrogated the different respondents, and we have some point of taking notes, and we think by the end of tomorrow, as the committee chair will instruct, we are going to confidently come with the report that is going to suit Kakamega County at large. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I know it's not a good evening because some of our emotions are high, but I want to appreciate all of you for taking this time